5 years ago, I came to Singapore and worked as a welder in the shipyard. It was not easy because I had to leave my family behind to support them. Night after night, I would drink alcohol to cope with the emotional stress, but it only became worse, and in the end, I felt alone and hopeless. My friend brought me to Cornerstone Telugu congregation. When I heard the gospel for the first time, when Pastor Nelson was sharing about Jesus, I felt such a love and peace in my heart, and I gave my life to Jesus. By the grace of God, I am no longer addicted to alcohol and my life has been transformed. Soon I started attending cell group and Bible study regularly to learn more about the Bible and praying together with my brothers in Christ. Slowly, I became a disciple of Jesus Christ. Now I have returned to India and I am currently serving in the local church. I lead worship and manage the church service while my pastor focuses on preaching. My name is Shiva and I am just one of many migrant workers who received Christ and were discipled by Cornerstone in Singapore and then returned to India for missions. Another friend of mine, Pastor Vimal, returned to India and planted a church in Gujarat. Even though he faced much persecution, God is so good that within a span of 9 months, his church multiplied from 1 to 3 churches. Pastor Sunil is another person I must tell you about. When he was still a migrant worker in Singapore attending Telugu congregation, God called him into full-time ministry and placed a desire in his heart to reach to his people in India. He immediately resigned from his job and obeyed God's call to plant a church. Pastor Sunil returned to India where he was trained in a Bible school to be a minister of the gospel. Upon completing his studies, Pastor Sunil began his ministry by visiting homes, ministering to the needs of the people and sharing about Jesus Christ. There was initially some opposition, but as he prayed and fasted, the village gave a piece of land to Pastor Sunil and by the grace of God was able to plant a cornerstone church. The church began to grow as the people became interested in Jesus and people who formerly opposed the gospel now began to receive it with gladness.
These incredible men had their lives transformed in Singapore and are seeing tremendous fruit back in their own country. Cornerstone Couriers has been sending teams to India for the last 2 years now, and they visit and strengthen these pastors and new works in this huge harvest field. There is so much more to do, but as we continue to team with the Telugu congregation and our Indian brothers and sisters, we know that the best is yet to come.